are bearish. But on the daily time frame, you can see consecutive higher highs and higher lows being formed. But take note of this resistance level here, which could serve as a barrier to send USD CAD downward. But for now, what do we see? Break of structures to the upside. On our 4-hour time frame, we have the same thing, structures to the upside, right? So what do we want to see to be sure if this guy is going to keep buying or keep selling? One, we're going to wait to see if USD CAD takes out this level to the upside. Takes out this level to the upside, then we can say USD CAD is starting a bullish move. Otherwise, we're still bearish. On 2-hour time frame now, what do we want to see? So following my exact entry strategy, the first thing we look out for on USD CAD, on lower time frames like 2-hour and 1-hour time frame, we firstly check for a sweep, which we have right here, right? Then we look for a break of structure. We look for a break of structure, right? Which we have right here. So what do we want to see USD CAD do right now? We're expecting USD CAD to trade into this other block, which we have right here. Sorry, my lines are kind of crooked. We're expecting USD CAD to trade into this other block, which we have right here. And then we'll start to sell USD CAD from that point. And that's basically it for USD CAD. Pretty straightforward. Check for a sweep. We check for a break of structure to the opposite direction, which we have here. And then we'll wait for price to trade into the other block, which is what we have exactly here. And then we're going to be selling USD CAD to the downside, which is pretty much in line with our weekly directional bias, right? Now let's look at AUD USD. On AUD USD, weekly time frame is bullish. Weekly time frame is bearish as well, actually, because this level has been broken. You can see here. Let me mark it out so it's clear. This guy was taken out, and price has failed to take out this level. It's still all the way down there. So we're seeing bearishness on AUD USD as well. On the daily time frame, we have consecutive break of structures to the downside. Look at this. There's a bunch of liquidity and a fair value gap here, which you expect AUD USD to buy into before it continues the sell. So we have a fair value gap here, which one could say price has already cleared because all of these structures traded right into the fair value gap before it dropped. But there's a bunch of liquidity. There were so many sellers around this level. There's a lot of stop losses hovering around this level. I would expect AUD USD to buy, take all of them out before it continues to sell. It's even clearer on the 4-hour time frame. There's a bunch of liquidity here that we expect AUD USD to buy into and drop. So let's go straight to 1-hour time frame. What do we want to see on 1-hour time frame? We're going to zoom out so we have a clearer picture. The first thing we're looking out for is what? A sweep, which is exactly what we have here. What's the second thing we're looking out for? A break of structure, which is exactly what we have here. So what do we want to see? Price should trade into this, take out point B. So this is our point A, this is our point B, and this right here is our point C. So we have A, B, C. We expect AUD USD to sell into B, take out B, trade into the other block, and then start to buy. For those of us who are in the TDA Plus group, you would remember that a buy limit was sent last week. But I don't know how many of us are still in that trade, but a buy limit was sent on AUD USD following this pattern. And we expect price to go into it, tap into it, and start to buy. Now, price started to sell, and it got into the other block, which is right here, but it did not take out point B before it started to buy. So it didn't put us into the market. It didn't take us into the market. We're still waiting for price to come here, take out point B, and then continue the buy on AUD USD, right? Now let's go to NZD USD. Weekly time frame as usual to see the overall trend. NZD USD and AUD USD are very, very similar. So what do we see here? We're also bearish on NZD USD. Price took out this level. On the weekly time frame, this guy is bearish. Let's go to the daily time frame and see what structures are forming. On the daily time frame now, NZD USD is bullish because it has broken these highs to the upside. NZD USD is currently bullish on the daily time frame. On our 4-hour time frame, it's even clearer. Consecutive breakout structures to the upside, right? So straight to 1-hour time frame. What do we want to see on the 1-hour time frame? Again, pretty similar to what we did on the NZUSD. First thing we're looking out for is what? A sweep, which we have here, right? And then we look for a breakout structure, which is what we have here. So what do we want to say NZUSD do? Point A has been formed, point B, point C. NZUSD should come and take out point B, which is right here, trade into the other block that we have right here. I hope you can see where I'm overing my mouse on. So we expect NZUSD to take out point B, trade into the other block, and then start to buy. So for those of us in the CDA Plus group, we already have our exact entry and exit points for AUD/USD and NZUSD. If you'd like to have or get signals like this more often, do well to join the CDA Plus group, and we'll send you our exact entry signals and our exact exit signals. And that's pretty much it for AUD/USD and NZUSD. I've shown you the levels we're looking at to buy AUD and NZUSD for free. You can decide to join the TDA Plus group so that you get the exact figure, the exact stop loss, and the exact take profit you're supposed to have for this particular trade. All right? Okay, I believe we're together so far. Any comments in the comment section, the chat box, if we're together so far? Are we together so far, guys? All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So with that being said, we're going to take a short break. Is this clear? Let me know if you have questions before I hand over to my colleague. Do you have questions on the analysis that just played out right now? So our B is the structural liquidity. A is the level that we expect to not be taken out, and that's why our stop loss is below level A. The B is we expect price to trade and take out the structural liquidity, take out B totally before it starts to buy. Is that clear? Porter's effects. All right, thank you. So this is what we expect to see. One more comment. All right, you're welcome. So with that being said, I'm going to hand over to my colleague, but before he comes on board to come and analyze his pairs, please do well to share this link to as many people as possible. This today is absolutely free. You're not paying any money to be here, right? So we expect you to. All right. So we have our breakout structure here. The first one here is point A. Price has broken this level to the downside, which is our break of market structure. And then we have C being formed before B. So you see this sweep here. We had price forming higher highs and higher lows. This level came here, and then price came down, cleared this liquidity right here, and then went straight up. Price traded here, cleared this liquidity, cleared this structure here, and then started to buy. The same thing we see on the AUD/USD. Let me go back there. So we see a clear sweep of liquidity right here, and then price started to buy, broke structure here, and then formed our C. Is that clear, sir? All right, sir. How much does it cost to join the TDA Plus group? So you're not paying us any fee to join the TDA Plus group. However, you're going to need to meet certain requirements before we share our signals with you, right? So firstly, you're going to have to open an account with our preferred broker being OctaFX. That's one. Fund your account with a minimum capital of $500, $1,000, as much as you can, so that you're able to fully utilize the signals that we drop and make more money in the markets. Then you send us proof that you funded your account, and then we clarify to see if you're on our list. After that is done, you are added to the TDA Plus group, and then you start to trade alongside every trader on the floor. Is that clear, Mr. Moses? All right. you're able to fully maximize it. But if $100 is what you think you can afford, then by all means, go ahead. All right. With that being said, I'm going to call on my colleague to come analyze a few pairs.
Okay. Mm. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the top-down analysis for today, being the 20-something of February 2024, 27th actually. All right, and we're glad to have you here once again. That was a wonderful analysis from Abby Dollars. Sometimes I used to steal her analysis, although I don't used to trade NZD. But sometimes when she drops the analysis, I will just go and steal it. And then she has, like we used to say, there are some powers she wants to release very soon. You're going to be seeing it. We call it a bit to shake her all weather. When she releases it, you will know. When she finishes slicing the market like onions, oh God, let's not go there. So let's go to today's analysis. I just want to do a very brief recap on yesterday's New York session. During the New York session yesterday, we analyzed gold, and we said we had 2 points of interest for gold yesterday, and we saw that just like the Hebrew women, one of the points of interest has delivered. So looking at it here, this is it. We saw a fair value gap and an order block right here. And then we extended this guy all the way to the back. We saw a breaker block that is residing around that level. And then this level also confluences with the 61.8 and 50 Fibonacci levels. Let me draw it out. Okay, so that is it. 61.8 and 50 levels, right? So this was the point of interest we had for gold as at yesterday, and you can see that gold has been delivering from that level going forward. Let's see if it's going to give us something better at the end of the tunnel. So that's that for the recap of yesterday's analysis. But quickly for today's one, we're going to just take a peek at we're going to take a peek at Dixie. We're going to also take a look at the Euro USD and then GBP USD before we round off today's analysis. Oh, okay. For that gold trade, the SL would have been the SL was around 2024 spot 22 levels below that order block and the breaker block. They have almost similar base, and that would have been that was the SL as at yesterday's call. And then the TP is around 2040. I remember if you're on the New York session, we specifically said 2040 should be the take profits. Okay. You know, as we are calling all these prices of gold, if you have a wife or a partner that doesn't trade, as you're mentioning this price, you'll think that is we are calling the year in the calendar. That's by the way. The Dixie on the daily time frame, we can see that the Dixie is still looking to make its way downwards. we have a very clear point of interest, which is refusing to stay on the chart around this level right here, 103 and 102 levels. Okay, so we're expecting the Dixie to make a return to this level, just give us a tap into this level. So hence we're seeing bullish runs on GBP USD and Euro USD. We're going to come to that shortly. But for the Dixie, we said we want to see it all the way to this level. Now, if you look at it on the 1 hour time frame, you'll see that it's giving us minor structure to the downside. You can see that the continuous break of structure to the downside is also signifying that price was interested in this point of interest, right? So what we usually do is that when we see price moving in a certain direction, we try to check out for point of interest in terms of liquidity that price may be seeking around that direction is moving. So as the Dixie is trading to the downside, we are looking at this point of interest somewhere around here, and we're expecting that the Dixie is going to trade into this level. So for me, what I'm doing on currency pairs like Euro USD and GBP USD, I'm now looking out for point of interest to the upside so that I can trade them accordingly. So knowing that the Dixie is trading all the way to this downside, let's take a look at Euro USD and GBP USD to see possible trades that we'll be able to go out with today. Now, seeing the Euro USD, we saw a box structure forming, which we took advantage of sometime last week. I think on Thursday last week. Yeah, Thursday last week. But then, aligning it with what we're seeing on the Dixie currently, we are suspecting that price will be willing to trade all the way up here. Let me make it on the daily time frame so that we'll see. Now, you can see this fair value gap right here on the daily time frame. And attached to the fair value gap is an order block, which is the origin of this whole swing. So we're seeing that price will want to return to this level. So we're seeing that price may want to return to this order block right here and then continue its way downwards. Seeing that there is another block, a fair value gap around that level, and then you can see all the old highs. Some people call it diagonal liquidity. All right. So we're suspecting that the Dixie would want, not the Dixie now, the Euro USD, yeah, would want to make a trade into this level right here. All right. So this is my current suspicion. Seeing what the Dixie is doing, there are so many points of interest. We just highlighted one for the Dixie to the downside. So seeing that, I'll be willing to continue going long on the Euro USD all the way to this level. However, it's good you note that Euro USD on the weekly and on the monthly time frame are bearish. So all these buys, we need to apply caution while taking them, knowing that price can at any point return to its original bias, which is the bearish bias from the weekly and the monthly. So I would most likely rely on my 1 hour time frame to give me clearer perspective on where price is going. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, we are still very bullish intraday, so we'll keep being bullish until we see otherwise, using the 1 hour time frame as a reference. Okay, so for today, I would want to see price come to clear out these lows. Although price has retested this previous high right here, which is sometime yesterday, but I didn't see the reaction that I was expecting. I was expecting a more volatile reaction from this place. Okay, but I seen that price has not done that. Then we're also seeing some imbalance in terms of buy side. So I'm expecting that price may still come a little further, using this as an inducement, grab liquidity all the way downwards, and then continue trading above. So I'm looking at all this liquidity that is residing here. I'm suspecting that before price goes up further, it may come down to clear all these guys. So for Euro USD, I'll sit on my hands for today and watch what price is going to do. But if you feel like donating your money to the Euro USD, I'm not going to advise you to do that. So just wait and be clear on direction before you move. Seeing the daily time frame going turning bullish, as well as the 4 hour time frame also being bullish, 1 hour time frame giving us confirmation, I would suggest you wait and enter at a discounted price. Okay, because even if you fib this guy all the way up, this last swing, if you fib it all the way up, you see that price has not gotten to discount yet. Okay, so wait for price to give you a discount so that you can purchase at a cheaper price and then exit at a much higher price. That will be all for the Dixie. And then lastly, before we wrap up today's call, we are looking at the GBP USD. Very interesting pair to trade, seeing that it can misbehave sometimes and it can give you good profit when you are in the right direction. So looking at the daily time frame for GBP USD, we have some levels that we're looking at. We pointed it out yesterday, and up to now, GBP USD has not gotten to those levels. One of which is this twin tower resistance right here. So we're suspecting that the GBP USD may be willing to trade all the way above here to grab this liquidity that is residing here. So similar thing on the euro, that we are being bullish. We are having the same bias on GBP USD, midterm bullishness for GBP USD to trade all the way to that level. Now, if it trades all the way to that level, we're also seeing another point of interest right here, which is this other block, and then this left shoulder. At least price should be drawn to those liquidity points, and we expect some reaction to happen once that has taken place. Okay, so for GBP USD today, I'm going to be going long once I see price at a, okay, now seeing where price is, it's a good level. What are we looking out for is entry signatures to continue going long on GBP USD. So I'll be waiting out for my entry signatures before I go long on GBP USD. Okay, so this is what I'm anticipating to see on GBP USD today. All right, so once I see price give me my entry signature from where it currently is, seeing that my point of interest is now closer than it was before, I would want to long GBP USD all the way to this level. Okay, so once I see entry signature, I'm going long on GBP USD. So at this point, we would want to entertain questions and, of course, take commentary from our boss. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Potters FX is asking you a question, so maybe you answer him, CJ.
Okay, so someone is saying, okay, Potters FX, can EU buy beyond the region of GU because your EU point of interest, is beyond your point of interest for GU. Now, for GU, I'm looking at it from a day trading perspective, okay? But for EU, I'm having a long-term outlook on EU, all right? So for GU, the buy I said on GU is just all the way to this place. So even if I take a buy today, by latest before the end of New York session, I should be out of that trade because I'm expecting a reaction around this place. All right, so this same reaction that we can see on GU, which is the left shoulder right here, this huge fair value gap, the other block above here. If you look at it on the EU, it has achieved all that. Look at it here. So this is the fair value gap that price traded into. Also on the fair value gap, you can see the left shoulder. All right, so on EU, price has already done all this. So this level may not cause another reaction for EU. So it's going to be like an express strip for EU all the way to the upside. But for GU, we're seeing that it has not gotten to this point of interest yet. So we're expecting some reaction from that level. So I would not want to be in a buy in GU and be expecting it to clear this place once. I would expect that it trades into, we may now be looking out for similar thing that we are checking out on EU. All right, so I hope this explanation solves it all.
Okay, so for me, okay, Potters FX is clear. All right. I am still trying to identify where I pretty much agree with everything you said, but the level of ranging that I've been seeing, let's check the daily for all the pairs. But let's start with GU, the daily. Volatility has shrunk in the market in the last 2-3 weeks to 1 month. Let's see it on the daily. We've not been seeing clear expansions. So basically, let's see it on the daily. So basically, anything you are doing is pretty much short-term, and is based on liquidity and structure. So CJ, please, use your mouse. Let me see. Let's see the daily of GBP USD. Let's see the daily. We've not really seen that clear break. This 1 hour. Let me see daily. And can you move it? I'm not seeing it, CJ. It's on 1 hour now. Have you moved it to daily? So basically, on the daily, what we're seeing largely is a range. However, if you look at FinViz, okay, so CJ, show me the daily. If you look at FinViz for sentiment, everything is tilting towards. Are you there, CJ? It's like the CJ, are you there? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Okay. So show me the daily. Show me the daily, and then show me FinViz. I was saying that price has been doing a lot of ranging. Oh wow, I think we've lost the floor. Okay. We've lost the floor. Can you guys hear me? VFT Hub. All right. So on the daily, we're seeing a lot of ranging, and that range has been going on for quite a while. Quite a while. Price has been hovering within a 200 pip range. And that's what has been happening for the past 2 months. So there's not much volatility in the market yet. There's not much volatility in the market. Let's see that also for, so I'm saying this so that you can understand why maybe you are getting stopped out or you are getting break-even trades. Since December, price has been within a 250 pip range since December. So that's for GU. So there are going to be those people who are not even going to be doing anything because of this range until they see a clear break. We had an attempted break in February, right? Where you see that low. So it broke and there was a shift, but in real terms, it was just a retracement to the low of December. It was just a retracement to the low of December. Exactly. It was just a retracement to the low of December. So if you look at it very well, right? Exactly. That's why we've not seen clear moves. And of course, this is also still some type of box where price created liquidity and then came and grabbed the liquidity after a sweep. So this is why we have not seen serious moves, right? This is why we have not seen serious moves. Now, of course, if you zoom out a bit and you fib this retracement all the way from October till December, it's 51 points, it's about 50% Fibonacci retracement. So the kinds of moves you'll be getting exactly from that move since August all the way down. So I'm saying this so we'll understand why we're not really seeing clear moves or clear, strong impulses, all right? So whatever trades you see, especially within the TDA plus group, you'll notice that they are not very long moves that we're looking for. So let's do the same analysis on GU. And these kinds of ranges that last for 2 months, 3 months, 1.5 months is usually an interest rate announcement that will change the sentiment. So let's see Euro USD. Let's see Euro USD. Can we see Euro USD? All right. So Euro USD, same thing. We've had a range for quite a bit. It's just that Euro USD's range is a lot wider. is a lot wider, but we've had a clear range. And what we have seen on that range is a grab of liquidity to the upside at 1.100. There's a sweep there, 1.100 exactly. That was a shoulder. 1.100 is a shoulder. Then we had a sweep, right? That's a sweep there. I want you to show the shoulder. The shoulder first. I'm trying to explain how you understand why price may not be moving. So that's a shoulder that was taken out. And there's another low too that was taken out. And then price is back into that range. That's why you are not seeing very sharp moves until we see price clear those levels. Until we see price clear those levels. All right. So it has grabbed liquidity up at the top. It has grabbed liquidity at the bottom and is back inside the range. Okay. Now we can see some pointers from AUD USD. Let's see AUD USD. AUD USD. All right. So AUD USD, same thing we're seeing. However, AUD USD, the range is way wider, and AUD USD has grabbed liquidity from the bottom. So AUD USD is looking like it wants to break structure to the downside because we have seen it grab the liquidity and it's not moving very strongly to the upside. There's a fair value gap and a flip zone. A fair value gap and a flip zone that will act as some sort of resistance. So AUD USD is looking like it may want to break to the downside. It is looking like it may want to break to the downside. So this is how we look at volumes in the market, especially those of you who want to be trading like swing trades. The market has not really given us a clear-cut direction. We're in ranges all through. So take what you can and wait for the market to really give us some sort of direction. Let's see FinVis. Let's see FinVis. All right, Forex performance there. All right. FinVis Forex performance. Okay. Let's see, not daily, not weekly. Let's see monthly. M. We'll look at monthly. We'll look at quarterly for the last 3 months, which is a quarter. All right. Have we clicked on that? We're waiting for that to load, for it to move from daily to monthly. So we'll have an idea of what may likely happen. What may likely happen. So it's on the daily now. We're seeing JPY AUD USD is towards the end. So obviously, dollar is weakening on a daily, but I want us to see it on a monthly. Have we seen it on a monthly? So this is how you can know whether there are trades. Okay, can we see it? Where is FinVis on? All right, so everyone, that FinVis/Forex, right? All of you can be checking it. You can check it on the monthly, you can check it on the daily, so that you can have an idea of what the overall sentiment is. FinVis/Forex and then FinVis/futures, right? So on my own FinVis, looking at it from the monthly, I'm seeing that everything has been okay, fantastic. We're there on the monthly. So do you see why we don't have any clear direction? Because USD is kind of like in the middle. Is in the middle. So that's why we are seeing that there's no clear-cut direction on dollar pairs. When you know this, you will trade defensively, that nothing has come that can push or bring real volumes into the market. That's why you will notice that most of the trade calls that we've been getting, right, they are not exactly on dollar pairs, they are on crosses, because the dollar itself has not chosen a clear-cut direction versus the other currencies. Because on a monthly basis, USD is really nowhere to be found. USD is really nowhere to be found. And in terms of investment themes, CHF and JPY, which are safe haven pairs, they are together. But right beside it are Canadian dollar and Australian dollar, which are commodity pairs. And this shouldn't be so. They should be at extreme regions. Extreme regions. So the only kinds of trades we are seeing now are purely liquidity grabs. They are purely technical trades, and they are for short distances because we've not seen any clear economic theme. Economic themes like dollar demand or dollar dump. Economic themes like risk on or risk off. And this is clearly showing. However, with the way USD is inching, if USD continues to moving from USD where it moves further to the left, moves further to the, until it is way at the left, then we know that everything will sell off versus the US dollar. I don't know if what I have said has just made sense. So this is how you can know, okay, when is this ranging going to stop? The ranging will most likely stop when USD starts to move clearly towards the left-hand side, okay? So I'll hand it over to my guys back at the floor. I just wanted to explain to you when you are looking and say, why is the market like this? Why are we not getting real moves? That means dollar is not taking a clear-cut direction. That means the pairs that will be trading right now will most likely be cross pairs, because that's where you will see extreme weakness versus extreme strength, okay? All right, over to you guys on the floor. Cheers, God bless.
Thank you very much, everyone who has been a part of today's TDA. And we're going to go back to our desk so that we can trade according to what we've analyzed. Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable commentary as always. And for everyone who is on the trade call, if you want to know where our specific entry and exit points are, as we've analyzed, where we are taking our trades from, we would like to let you know that we have an exclusive group where we share all these specific entries, specific exits, and the pairs we are trading at the moment. All traders on the floor are there, and to join the group, you don't need to pay any amount of money. You're going to just do three things: sign up with our preferred broker using the link in the chat box, fund your account with about $1,000, $500, all the way to $20,000, and then send us a proof that you funded your account. Within 3 minutes, you're going to be added to the group so that you can start trading alongside all the traders here on the floor. Yes, Mr. Solomon Adedokun, you have to open an account, and if you have, fund your account with the stipulated amount we've said, and then send us a screenshot of your funding. You'll be added to the group immediately. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining the TDA. Just so you know, our offers are still available. Our courses, the ATM cash flow, we just rounded off the February edition. The March edition is going to be coming up soon. So if you know anyone who needs a soft landing to Forex, the person can start keeping his money aside before the training, and then you can also pay for the training and get access to all the training materials. They are all yours to use. So make sure that you sign up if you want to, or you know anyone who wants to, make sure they sign up immediately before the prices change. All right, and then we have, of course, the FX bootcamp, which is always running. There's no time the FX bootcamp closes. Okay, Mr. Solomon is asking, where do I send if I have funds? Send it to us via a private, you're seeing the link right there, right? The last link on the message from the last message from us, right? Send it to us via a private DM on Telegram and be added immediately. Now back to what I was saying, we have the FX Bootcamp course, which is always running. There's no time it ends. It's a continuous course. And if you want to enroll, currency pairs are taught in the best format possible. So do well to enroll for the course if you want to. And then we have the Sunshine Scalping. The Sunshine Scalping Plus, like the name implies, if you're a scalper and you need a strategy that is going to help you maximize your style of trading, the Sunshine Scalping is for you. Then we have the ATM Plus, and finally the value flow trading models, which explains the sentiment to us in the best way possible. Now the question says, what is the difference between ATM cash flow or bootcamp and previous Sunshine Scalping Plus? Like I said, Sunshine Scalping focuses on scalping as a trading style, and then it has use of indicators that maybe some people may look at it as limited, but it's very, very powerful. All right, so the strategy is totally different. ATM cash flow is for synthetics indices, and FX Bootcamp is purely for currency trading. Here we treat the box strategy in detail and two other strategies that you can use to trade. So anytime any of them shows up, you maximize them. And it is focused, like I said, on currency trading. And finally, the value flow model is based on sentiment to be able to know which currency is moving at the moment and how you can take advantage of it. Currency, you know how to trade it, when to trade it because of sentiment. You already know what your question. Okay. For this TDA, remember to join the. All you need to do is just join three TDA Plus group. All right. Sometimes so just do these 3 steps and you'll be added to or inquiry. Kindly send us a WhatsApp DM on our 50 30 081 60 99 50 30 and you'll be attended to. This offer was made possible by your favorite broker, our favorite broker, Opta. So make sure you sign up today. Until we meet again, 3 p.m. is the time for New York session. Wish you good luck and good trading. Cheers and God bless.